I guess only when you're prepared to die can you truly be alive. One of those ironies. Today's the 18th of January 2011, and the next very large protest, the general strike protest, trade unions, students, civil servants, anarchists, truthers, the next big one in London is on the 29th in 11 days. And I have to say, as the Cubans say, hasta la victoria siempre. On to victory, always. I'm now 30 years old and I've seen a lot of things. I've experienced a lot of things. I've attained many of the dreams I hoped for. But there's still that one big elusive one. That big dream is that we, you and I, human beings, will throw off the shackles that we live under. And I distract myself with spiritual matters and fractals and spirits and demons and angels, like we all do. We all get sucked into these things. But ultimately, because we are here, we are men, we are women, we are children, we are here in this world, we can't escape the fact that we are living in a state of war, complete and total warfare, and anyone who tries to deny this is a fucking idiot and should just really stop wasting my time and your time. This is why I laugh so much when I get arrested for breach of the peace, because there is no peace right now in this world. There is inner peace, there is peace with yourself, but there is no way you can ever describe the world around us as peaceful. When we have over 2 million people in America in jail, 2 million out of a population of 280 million, when you have such a high percentage of people in jail as slaves in corporate-run jails that trade on the stock market, using these prisoners to make, I don't know, license plates, whatever they make. What do prisoners make? T-shirts? For 10 cents an hour, you have slaves. So many people write in and say that if I did love police stuff in the United States, I'd be shot and tasered and beaten up and thrown in jail. That wasn't my experience. I did it in New York. Didn't happen, but then again, New York's a big metropolitan, almost, I'd say, European city in America. I'd like to try it in the deep south, see how far I get. For all you haters and morons who are probably getting your knickers in a twist saying, oh my fucking god, he's smoking a Cuban cigar. Why did he spend donation money on a Cuban fucking cigar? How pretentious is it that he's smoking a Cuban cigar? Well, fuck you. I get gifts for Christmas as well, and I can enjoy my gifts. And if you've never smoked a cigar, try it. You'll enjoy it if you smoke. Just don't inhale. It'll kill you. My big dream, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time now, is a showdown, is the bringing about of absolute chaos to the slave ship. It is the madness, it is the absolute collapse of civilized society. And if that means running battles in the street, machine guns, if that means prisoners getting taken, if that means truth getting lost in the chaos of war, then so be it. I think any chaotic state would be far preferable to the mindfuck we have now. It's not enough for me to say, like, I'm free, I exist in Britain and I'm free, I don't pay tax, I don't work a slave job, I can associate with who I want, I can do what I want. When I see It's not enough, you see, when I see so many people who aren't in this lucky position that I'm in, and like, yeah, I could tell everyone to fuck off, get my money, go live in Brazil, live in the forest, but where would that leave my family and my friends and the people I actually care about, which is fucking everyone, unfortunately. I think we do have a lot to learn from the animal kingdom, and I mean wild animals, not pets. Don't know about pets, pets could be slaves, I don't know, but about wild animals that will fight to the death before they are captured. But human beings are very clever. We manage to capture wild animals and enslave them in zoos because we have traps, but you try and capture a cheetah with your hands. Okay, it's fast, but you corner a cheetah and try and capture that. It will kill you. It'll rip your guts out. It'll fight to the death, especially to protect its young. Try and capture any animal that is able to defend itself, and it will do it to the death because they are not domesticated. They are not enslaved. They know the order of the universe, which is, you fuck with me, you will get fucked back. But we've all been trained, we've all been domesticated to the point where we wave our little placards at protests. We make stupid films to go on the internet. Like, here I am, talking about revolution, talking about resistance. And that's the fucking problem, I'm talking. I know what needs to be done, but do I even have the balls to myself to do it? And that's the big issue. I hope I do. I hope I've lived long enough now to not be afraid of death, but the fact is, of course I'm afraid of death. And can I really be free to live if I'm scared of death? I'm scared of being thrown in jail. I'm scared of losing my freedom. I'm scared that people wouldn't come for me to break me out of jail, that I just languish there for 20 years, 30 years, the rest of my life, tortured. And these are the fears we need to overcome, this kind of selfish fear of like, oh no, what will happen to me? When in fact we are all living in the slave ship with varying degrees of simple physical pleasure. You try and smoke a joint outside the police station, you see how much freedom you have, or you try and travel without a passport. I mean, it helps if you're Sudanese and you've got bombs in your underwear, then you can maybe board a flight without a passport, but you try and do what I'm doing right now, speaking like this in a country like China or Saudi Arabia or North Korea, see how far it gets you. And that's the thing, people, we need to be rewilded back to nature as we once were, as what we are, but we've been completely domesticated, and that includes me. And I'm doing my best, and part of making these films is to rewild myself, to try and overcome my own fears of the bullshit that we all live under. And I can only go so far. I can only go to the point at which I'm doing. So I can't, until I do it, tell you to mount your big revolution and your resistance, because I need to overcome that fear myself. I don't know. It would be so easy to, turn this whole YouTube, whatever you call it, channel I have, profile, and get on television and turn it into a comedy thing and make lots of friends in the industry and earn lots of money and put some money aside for a pension, and then I would have sold out every fucking ideal that I believe in. So I can't do it. The only reason I would appear on TV would be to destroy the medium of television. And I know that sounds ironic, but you know, as is the struggle of anarcho-primitivists like myself, we need to overcome this hypocrisy and actually use the tools we have, the technologies we have, because I didn't choose to be born in 1980 in an advanced technological world. So we use what we can to bring about change. The trick is how do we have a massive uprising, a revolution? And I know in Tunisia they've just had the Jasmine Revolution, where they replaced a bunch of asshole politicians with another bunch of asshole politicians. And I'm sure deep within the IMF or the World Bank or the American government or British government or some corporation somewhere, they're thinking, yeah, we have our man in there now. We've got our boy. He will do as we say. Good thing we had Twitter and Facebook and all these other little tools for the people to use to overthrow the dictator who wouldn't let our oil companies or our hamburger companies in there quickly enough. The big challenge is to have an uprising where no politicians replace the other politicians. And the Cubans, and this is a Cuban cigar, the Cubans fucked up. You know? As much as I love Che Guevara and Fidel Castro as romantic heroes of history for their defiance of the American imperialist machine, they were seduced by communism, which is just another form of livestock management. It's just another form of statism. But we've evolved now, I think. This isn't the 60s, it's not the 50s, it's 2011. The only uprising I can see is one which smashes the system completely. It annihilates the technologically advanced slave ship that we all have boarded under maritime law. And brings about a return to nature. That's the only thing I can imagine. It's the only thing I can propose. It's either that, or we have 95% of people hate their jobs, and that is a figure I'm not plucking from thin air. Look it up on Google. Survey after survey. Are workers happy in their jobs? Are they pleased with the work they're doing? 19 out of 20 say no. Look at China. One-party state. At least they did away with the false duality of left and right, but there is no freedom there. I can't do this there. 1.3 billion people. Very pushy parents. I'm not going to stereotype racially, but we all know Asian, Oriental parents push their children very hard. They indoctrinate them with mathematical and academic success. But look what it's done to their souls. The highest rates of suicides amongst young adults in America, or in the Asian American community. We are all trying to escape the slave ship. So why am I here? Why was I born? Like, what the fuck is the essence of me being here? There is no essence, there is no reason, but I've given myself one. It's to try and be a force of anarchy, of chaos, of bringing about an end to this. I want to be that glitch, that virus in the program, if you will. And that's why I do what I do. That's what drives me. It's not a desire for fame or to be respected or to make money. It's because I fucking believe in it, and I have to. Because just look at the world, people. Just look around you, okay? Open your eyes. And I know the people that watch my videos, your eyes are open, and sometimes I feel I'm just preaching to the converted. But if anyone who doesn't know anything about anything watches this, just realize we are now at that final point in history where we can try and turn the slave ship around and crash it into the rocks and kill the captain and stop the gallows from carrying more souls out of the light and into the darkness to be fucking sold in a foreign market as we all are. Does anyone really think, with the advances in psychology or mind manipulation or genetic engineering or surveillance or the military technology we have, where they can send, they're sending robots now out into the field to kill soldiers. They have gunshot detectors. They have bullets that can shoot over a wall and explode on the other side and kill the people there. There is nuclear weapons pointed at all the major cities on this planet. What I'm offering you is either we join together now and put aside all our differences of religion or political opinion or music tastes or whatever, and we crash this ship. We burn down Auschwitz from within, and in the process we might kill ourselves, but it's either that or there will be no more humanity. There will be no more children's children. Not in the way that we like to think. And us humans, we've been the same for hundreds of thousands of years. But now, our own thirst for technology and knowledge, our own biting of that apple which was lowered to us and offered to us by the machine, we will change things in a way that none of us will like. Well, I don't like it. And if this resonates with you on any level, if this makes you think a little bit, you know what to do. Get your cameras, get your megaphones, get your bodies, get your voices, get your wills, get your freedom, get your very souls, and throw it against the cogs of this machine. And to update what Mario Savio said, and he said, unless we are free, the machine will be prevented from operating at all. I'd like to update that for 2011 and say, there is no way you can ever be free as long as the machine is grinding and operating. The machine is the opposite of everything that is human. And I would prefer to live in a world of 500 million, 1 billion free human beings than what we currently have with 7 billion slaves. I would rather live for 30 years free than for 95 years as a slave and spend the last 10 years of my life in a kidney dialysis machine full of pharmaceutical drugs with people who don't give a fuck about me, sticking needles in my arm, connecting me up to a fucking machine. Of course I'm angry. I don't think anyone who's sane in this world right now could not be angry with the problems we have. And I hope, with all my videos, I've shown you the brighter side of reality, the Everything is Okay series, the love police in terms of lowering fear and raising love. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest act of love will be the most violent act any of us will ever have to commit. And we all know it. Live free. Live free until you die. It's the only way to be actually living in liberty, is to just not surrender, not retreat, and throw yourself with all your might upon anyone that tries to tax you or control you or tell you what to do. By your very act of defiance, you may even help them on their journey as well, to see what a human being who has been deprogrammed will do. Humbly yours, Charlie Veitch. Thank you for watching.